It's the motherfucking player haters. Oh, yeah.
Player haters.
Well, it's official. The season is a wash for your boy. That's right. I know. Everybody's already laughing and talking shit. And, oh, look at Casey. He's got such a good batting lineup. Well, Yep. Awesome. And I literally was walking into the house thinking to myself, after I just read 20 minutes prior to, arriving at home, that Ryan Weathers was dealing with a shoulder issue. Not the head. Head was fine after taking a fucking, what looked like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from the catcher. But that Ryan Weathers was being evaluated for a shoulder injury. I wasn't even in the door, and I got an alert that said Ryan Weathers was being sent to the 60-day IL. Well, it's happening right now as we speak. He gone. I have, obviously, no other moves to make. And then, on top of that, the other day, the Cardinals pitcher is called up. Michael McGreevy called up. When you have one move left to make, which none of you ever really experienced this, but, when I've put myself into this fucked up situation that I find myself in every fucking year, you find that you have to make decisions. You have to, when you come up on your 60th move, 59th move, you've really got to look into your horoscope. You've got to find out, is your wife's ovulation going to happen on the same day? And will that affect the pitcher's wife? And will he be able to, you just have to look at every aspect of it. All things have to correlate when you get down to your last 3, 2, 1. And so I read, okay, Michael McGreevy's coming up. And he had a pretty good start against the Mets when he pitched. 1 win, he got 5 Ks, he shut him down and got a .35 whip. All right, but it's going to be against the Dodgers. Okay, but still. And, the manager says, hey, this is not just him getting a call up for a spot start. This kid's going to stick around. Well, then when you start to dive into why would he stick around? Like, is this real? Well, Matt Libator just got hurt. And, Andre Palante looks like fucking dog shit. He's carrying around a 7.35 ERA from last I seen. So maybe they're bringing him up. He's going to be a part of the rotation. Hell, maybe he goes into the bullpen. I don't know. But no. Send him back down. He went 6 innings. Yeah, he gave up, 4 runs? But that's awesome. It's the Dodgers. So we're ashamed to have him on our team. And then, it's justified, I guess, that there's another guy that's down there that, hasn't really gotten butt-fucked either by the Cardinals or by any fucking pitching staff or team for that matter. Because this is happening all around the fucking world. Like, let's do that to Logan Henderson. And I can't just drop the NA player that Logan Henderson was not at one point, wasn't an NA player. I've already picked him up and dropped him. I've done this song and dance already once before. And I'm not going to drop him. I don't have any more moves left, dummies! Anyways. So, sit there and point your finger and judge. Well, you can't operate a pitching staff with all these NA players. No fucking shit, Sherlock. I'm not in charge of keeping them up And obviously, the Pittsburgh Pirates don't give a flying fuck about their team either, because they've held Bubba Chandler, the one that's supposed to be Jesus Christ's second coming. He's supposed to be, no, that boy probably will not see a mound this year. But he's been in my NA spot, because I know the moment I fucking drop him, guess what's going to happen? And I don't have the moves. And I've held him this long, so why not? Why not? And I've held Logan Henderson this long, so why not? So, yeah, I'm rolling out there with guys like Ryan Yarbrough, who's probably going to find himself back in the bullpen, Mitch Keller, yippee ki fucking yay, Chris Paddock, Jeffrey Springs, and Christopher Sanchez. Woo! Mitch Keller and Jeffrey Springs are my 2-start pitchers for this week. Maybe. Let's see. Golly. I don't know. Hold on a second. Did y'all hear that? That was my dick hitting the computer desk. I just got a big, hard, chubby one. Man, I can't believe it. This is just great. But yeah, let's offer up Casey. I've put out there that Ketel Marte and maybe Corbin Carroll are available. Okay, well, I'll throw you this guy. I mean, look at what he's done the last 4 games. He's got an ERA of 3.87, and he's just coming off the, fuck y'all, man. I don't have to give you guys these players, but yeah, I'm going to lose. Shit. It's an inevitability. I don't have any relief pitchers that are getting, the call to the bullpen very often, and I don't have a pitching staff. I'll barely be able to make it. But you know what? Fuck y'all. This is where I'm at now. This is where I'm at. I'm sitting here with probably one of the best batting rosters I've ever had. Oh, and then to add insult to injury, Shane Bieber probably will, not make his appearance this year. Sean Manaea got butt fucked, and again, Bubba Chandler's not coming up. So all those IL pitchers that I wasted moves on, they're just going to sit there. And yeah, there we go. And of course, in other news and batting news, Jorge Polanco has a 4-game hitting streak. That's right. So I know when I drop his ass, he'll become, Shohei Ohtani all over again, but he'll be on Walker's team. Anyways, moving on. Sorry for the rant. I know somewhere Shane's laughing. Somewhere all of you are. I don't know. But hey, let's give it up for the old stat correction from the suspended game. I love how I didn't even get any notices that I had accumulated stats from that game. And I guess rightfully so, none of us did until this morning when we all woke up and were like, wait, I had an extra home run. Yeah, apparently Ketel. I didn't even look at that game. I didn't even consciously look at the finished product of that game, but I guess apparently either they didn't calculate the scores that we had accumulated in that game, and then they did overnight, or there were stats that were accumulated, but I don't remember Ketel Marte hitting another home run, but apparently he did in that game, and it ended up giving me the home runs and kept me a half a game above Mandalorians. Let's get into Week 10's matchup, shall we? Another week where separation was made and wins were actually a lot bigger than, a 6-5. These were 9-2s. 3 scores were 9-2. One was 8-2. One was 8-4. One was 6-4. That was the closest margin of victory or loss, if you will. And that was, of course, with Shane and Josh. They had the Sunday night baseball extravaganza. So, but yeah, let's get into it. Myself and Nick, I called it. I mean, it was written all over, the wall. I've already said it. Nick's got, even with what I have, Nick had a better batting lineup. Thankfully, Ketel Marte did what he did. He was my workhorse. But, I mean, it's not that hard to do dingers when you play the Braves these days. Because I want to say he and Corbin Carroll hit 2 home runs in their matchup against the Braves. So, good old Bravos. Great leadership, great team to be behind right now. And just so fun to be a Braves fan. But yeah, Junior Caminero, he's the walking second coming. I know I've mentioned that a few times. Isaac Paredes has come to life. And when you get to, just have little stats like that all over the place. But again, I took home runs, average, and OBP. So we split the batting stats. Yippee. I was able to beat him and wins. Now, I have called this, and I got to remember that I'm going to call this the Jedi mind fuck, because I have never been more Jedi mind fucked in a fantasy matchup than I was this week. And kudos to Nick. Apparently, because I was watching my own matchup that week that he was playing Josh, but he did this against Josh. But if you boys want to go back and just look at what he did and how he managed his team, I don't think he didn't once pitch Tanner Bybee, Tyler McGill, Jose Soriano, and it fucking worked. The only pitcher that caused him any sort of heartache was Lucas Giolito. And I mean, again, he's had an up and down season already, coming up against the Angels of all teams, and he got destroyed. But my goodness, man, I mean, he really mind fucked me. He's like, I'm just going to play Logan Webb 2 times. He played Hunter Brown, I think, once. And he played Gavin Williams and Landon Roop. Newsflash, both those cocksuckers used to be on my fucking team as well. And it's like, he won. He won strikeouts with that shit. I rolled out there Christopher Sanchez, grabbed up Michael McGrivy, and thankfully, I got within 5 strikeouts. But again, it was just, I couldn't. I thought maybe Ryan Yarbrough was going to be something against Boston. Nope. Chris Paddock is not a strikeout guy. I mean, this is just, when you face me this week, Jesus, just go ahead and count yourself victorious with strikeouts, quality starts, I'd say save plus holds and wins. So there's your 4 stats. I might be able to compete with ERA and WHIP because I ain't got nobody pitching. And then come towards the end of the week, I probably haven't even met my innings limit. So there you go. 6 free stats for you, my guy. Tony Gonsolin, yeah, he went on the IL. Thanks a lot for all your hard work, you bearded, ugly fucking douchebag. All right, moving on. Bench warmers, tripping billies. This one was, fun and exciting for all those that were talking about it. And tied in strikeouts, tied in stolen bases. Bench warmers has an immaculate offense too, and I love how he's like, talking shit about mine. You got a lot of runs, my boy. So Jesus, Matt Shaw, Brandon Low or Lau, however you fucking say that. Best player in baseball, Aaron Judge. No denying that. Why we pick guys like Bobby Witt and Shohei over his ass. Because, Shohei didn't do shit for me last week. So there you go. And then he got hit. He's also taken BP, no. Yeah, he's throwing bullpen sessions, not batting practice. My bad. Very close in the ERA for these 2 gentlemen. Quality starts and wins. This was a close matchup. I'm seeing it into the future. You boys are going to see each other again. Dude, you traded away Lawrence Butler? When did that happen? Who in the hell got him back? We're waiting. The roster the thing might update. You know what? I'll just go to the fucking top and see transactions. How did that shit happen? Let's go to league. Sorry, breaking news here. Lawrence Butler is no longer part of his roster. Transactions. Apparently, I've lost an internet signal or something. I don't know what's happening. Now I'm just stuck in limbo, getting the little circle jerk going on and no windows popping up. So this might be a really short fucking podcast. Cool. Moving on. Can't move on because Again, I've got no internet. This is awesome. Please, I'm just going to pause, come back to this. We'll see you guys in a second. There we are. Now I'm back, I guess, in the saddle. I don't know if I was frozen in time. I was able to move on to Hitman and Agents of Chaos, Brian's team, Sean versus Brian. And well, Sean said, fuck your couch. Brian didn't have an answer, didn't get a stat in the batting world. Yeah, just thankfully he made that trade from me to get Hunter Goodman. Otherwise, he would have really had no offense to show for anything. And he didn't really have the stolen bases that he's normally got. He was able to take strikeouts and save plus holds. Hitman didn't get one of those. They tied in quality starts. Everything else, Sean dominated in. So, good win for Sean, bad win for Brian. He liked being up in the top. Now he's not there anymore. By the way, I never got to actually see the league transactions because I said, fuck it. Let's try again. We click the transaction button. It's populating. We've got a white screen right now. Here it comes. Oh my gosh. Trevor Story's been dropped. Zebby Matthews. Austin. No, that's not it. Where is it? Butler Yamamoto for Ellie Dela Cruz. Wow. Wow. Whoa. That away. Yeah. That away hit, man. I like it. I mean, I like Butler. I like how, that was okay. Yeah. So finally somebody was able to get a hold of Sean or, yeah. So cool. Anyways, moving on. I'm surprised Josh even made that trade. That one's a little Sean loving Yamamoto so much. Anyways, moving on. Mandalorians versus Troubleshooters. This one, wow, I am looking at this for the first time. Mando, look at that. 9-2 over Jesus. I did not, I am very surprised by this outcome here. Way to go, Scott. Look at the Pokenis brothers. All right. Too bad Shane wasn't invited to the party, but, wow. Way to go, Mando. Okay. Beating up on some Jesus right here. 9 home runs, 6 stolen bases. This was a close matchup now that I'm looking at it. But hey, we play 7 days and this is what you get. Definitely dominated in the pitching categories. That's where you were strongest. 7 wins, 61 to 58 Ks, 2.43 on the ERA. Okay, Scott, we see you. Good job. Got names like Scooble and picking up a free Clay Holmes. Zach Gallen not doing too bad for you. Merrill Kelly. All right. Cool deal. Way to go. Cool. Jesus over there rolling out. Strong pitching from Rodon and Matthew Boyd. It's crazy to think about. Jesus Luzardo has let him down last 2 games. Jesus will be fine this week. He will pitch 2 complete game shutouts, perfect games, and go down in Major League history as the only pitcher to ever do that twice in 1 week. Mark it 8. Eric did what he did. He does what he does. He hangs back. He's like, in NASCAR, car 42. And then all of a sudden, he works his way up into the 20s, and before you know it, he makes that move into the top. Ray's just got to get her head out of her own ass and start managing her baseball team a little bit better. But other than that, this was a close matchup as well. ERA was close. WHIP was a little close. She only got 1 quality start. She's now got Chris Bubich. Zach Wheeler pitches today. She's not had him all week. So I believe if Zach Wheeler was pitching, she would have had a much better results in terms of strikeouts, ERA. But we play the game the way that it's dealt to us, and she didn't have him. So there you go. She was forced to pick up to make a move, which is something Ray just doesn't do either, and that's making a move for a catcher. She got Jazz Chisholm back, and she lost Shane Langoliers and picked up Augustine Ramirez. Eric, kind of struggled offensively, but both these teams did. But again, I feel like she left a few home runs stats on the bench, but kind of happens. She's got a few more batters than she probably needs, but I just say all this stuff loud enough so maybe she'll pay attention and start doing some shit with her roster. But also, there ain't shit out there on the waiver. Trust me, I've picked it clean. And then I put it back, and then Nick came behind me and picked all those people up, and look at what they did for him. Yippee! All right. Happy for you, Nick. You're the best of all of us. Starting to see a couple of pictures from your brother's wedding, by the way. It was just lovely. Guess my invitation got lost in the mail. It's cool, though. Last but not least, Jason took down Walker, putting him in 10th place. Jason's rising into, I think he's tied for 6th right now, but his placement is 7th. And when the computer finally catches up and we get to see all the fun stats that was from this matchup, I'll get to tell you whether or not this was close or not. Wow, you two boys just went at it with each other. 25 home runs between the two of you boys. 288, 335. That was the average OBP. That's what won it there for those stats. But yeah, Walker, goodness, who was your workhorse? Kerry Carpenter, just knocking them in. Getting some homies, baby. Love it. And then you got Pete Alonso. Holy shitballs. What's his ranking? He's working out of that contract, maybe getting somewhere else, getting a bigger deal. Who knows? Lord have mercy. I mean, he did do all this in Colorado, so let the polar boy eat in them cold places. Polar bear. Sorry, polar boy. What am I talking about? All right, this is getting frustrating. This fucking computer's running really fucking slow. There we go. I didn't even see why he was ranked. So I'll look at that later when I get on my tablet, my phone, my whatever. I don't have a tablet, or if I do, yeah. Walker's facing a little bit of a dilemma, in my opinion. He's seeing some of these pitchers. I mean, George Kirby finally had a pretty good matchup, but Spencer Strider has not looked like the ace that he was drafted as. I'm sorry, but Garrett Crochet doesn't either. I mean, he's not really putting a lot of fear in teams. Yeah, he strikes out a lot of people, but he also gives up some hard contact and runs. So, I mean, Bryce Miller has looked the way that he's looked, and it ain't pretty. And Tanner Scott ain't doing very well. So, I mean, Shane Boz is on your team now. Get ready for him to be an ace. So happy to have everybody here and picking up the waiver claims that I have laid out there. Well, Troubleshooters is already up 2-0 on yours truly. I bet it's a 4-run home run. No, it's a 1-inning pitched worth of work. So baseball's already started this evening. Baseball across America. So these are your matchups this week. Oh, it's 6-0. My bad. Yeah, because, 0.02 by Matthew Boyd against that Bryce Harper-less Philadelphia Phillies. Fuck the Phillies. So these are your matchups this week. Troubleshooters will face myself. Trippin' Billies will face off against Jason. That's going to be a good matchup too. Josh will face off against Sean, and Sean's saying, I'm no easy matchup, my guy. Nick will face off against Rayford Peaches. Mandalorians will face off against Walker, and Eric will face off against Brian. So, a lot of good matchups across the board. The only matchup that is a top 6 matchup is myself against Jesus. So, everybody, you can look elsewhere towards the other matchups because they're probably way more important and more entertaining. Because again, as Shane pointed out in the text earlier, I don't have any pitchers. So I'll be lucky if I make the 27 innings limit. And troubleshooters, I'm going to go ahead and say you can have all 6 of those pitching stats and anybody following, because I've got no moves. And I'm sorry, but I'm not trading away these batters for your trash because you see that I am desperate. Obviously, if you need these batters in your spots, okay, but you see that I need pitching. So, but I'm not going after like, oh, well, I'll throw out a waiver wire claim and I'll pick up this guy for you if you want. I'll take Ketel Marte. Look at what the fucking numbers Ketel Marte has put up. Do you dick suckers think that I need to just cater to your will? No, I'll just take the fucking L and ride out the rest of the season, and I'll take with me to the consolation the names that I have in my batting. That's fine. And you guys can write your name on the fucking Franklin however you want to. It's cool. I don't care. But I'm not a fucking dipshit. Yes, I wasted my 60 moves and blazed through them and picked up people and dropped them. That's fine. That's my MO. That's for my cross to bear. But I'm not fucking playing this game with y'all and you being like, oh, well, I'm just going to offer you up let's see what let's see what Craig Kimbrell and Clayton Kershaw will foot me, and I'll throw in I don't know, let's think about a waiver claim of Ben Brown. What is he looking like right now? I mean, he had a pretty good game the other day. You like him? No, fuck y'all. Anyways, I'll go cry in pillow in a minute. Just give me a second, okay? All right, so yeah, those are your matchups. Your league looks like this. Let me get there. Cha-cha-cha. League. Get to the standings. Here's your league. Troubleshooters remains number 1 even after taking that beat down. Benchwarmers moved ever so closer after winning, not by a big margin, over Shane. 1.5 games up now is Jesus over Josh. Nick inching ever so closely, 2.5 games behind him. The games that are separated is 1 game between second, third, and fourth. Speaking of fourth, that'd be Shane. Myself, I'm 3 games back from Shane. Tied in 6, like I mentioned earlier, Mandalorians and Jason. It's pretty awesome to see Scott up there. I don't know why that is, but that big victory, 9-2. That was good. Brian fell out of the top 6 favor, but Brian, don't worry about it. You'll be right back up after this week. Okay? You're only 1 game back from me. Swinging and missing, rising like a 12-year-old's dick. Just, what is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That'd be 6. That's easy math. 6 games back from Brian. Give it about 2 more weeks, and Eric will be up in the top 6 as well. Rally Monkeys is only a half a game back from Eric. Rayford Peaches is 2 games back from Walker, and 3 games back from Walker is Sean. So that'll be a pretty good matchup watching those 2 duke it out. Everybody's heard I am the only player with no moves. So yeah, it's week 10 and I have no moves. But what else are you going to say? That is it. That's all I have to say about that. Cha-cha-cha. That's it. All right. Thanks everybody for listening to me bitch and whine like a little bitchy whiner. So yeah. The Braves suck. I think I failed to mention that. They're terrible. Their manager sucks balls. Their closer is terrible. They're in shambles.
It's the motherfucker player. Hey.